What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm Akamello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have a lot of stuff to share because it's been around over a month since I last posted, so here we are again. A few things. First off, I got a little doggo. His name is Rookie. His full name is Rookie Goob. No, not Goob from Dandy's World. Ha 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 ha. His nickname, according to my friend, is Little Ruckus III. Huzzah. Second thing on the list, I finally got Roblox after a few years because of something that happened way back then that caused me to delete it. But I finally re-downloaded it, and so I managed to get myself into the Dandy's World fandom. On that note about the Dandy's World fandom, I have a friend in the fandom. Her name's Willow. Go check her out. I love her so much. She has me voicing in a comic of hers. A comic dub, technically, but I'm playing a few different roles. I play V, Astro, and the star himself, Dandy. And believe it or not, I do play Pebble as well. So, if you find it hard to believe that I'm playing a dog, just remember, you heard me bark here first. Actually, no, you're not going to hear me bark. Never mind. You're going to hear my bark in the comic dub. And the comic that we're doing is the Whatever This Is comic, which I forgot the artist. Props to them, though. Huzzah. I should probably talk about the character that I'm drawing. Alright, in my last video, I mentioned an automaton who wanted to feel feelings. This is that automaton. His name is Alistair, and his lore is basically that one of the Alistair fragments, I'll kind of give you a little brief thing on the original Alistair. Basically, there was a little kid named Alistair. Some scientist decided to walk up to his mom and say, "Yo, hey gang, can we take your child?" Sure, take him, whatever. Do whatever you want with him. Huzzah. We're gonna send you into the realm between dimensions, kiddo. Huh? What? Punts the little child in there. And so this otherworldly being that resides in there is like, "Yo, you get one wish."
Little does this twink know, I'm going to actually play monkey's paw with him.
I wish the world would be a better place. Oh shit. Boom, your soul is split up into infinite amount of pieces and it only has a chance of happening. Well, at least there's a chance. If there's a chance, I'll take it. I apologize for my Deku ass voice. I promise this isn't what he actually sounds like. I'm still trying to find out what he sounds like. But that's basically Alistair's lore. And so one of those Alistair fragments landed into the universe that Skro is from. We love Skro. And that Alistair fragment went on to be a teacher. And so one of the Alistair fragment's students got inspired to make a robot based off of the teacher. And then calamity struck the kingdom, and so this little fucker was shoved in a closet for some time. If the markings look familiar, it's because they're sort of based off of the ones for the Researcher corruption in Honkai Impact the Third. Huzzah. And that's Alistair. Basically, another otherworldly being fixed him up, and they couldn't get him to run, so they just kind of gave him to a friend who went to a different otherworldly being, and they were like, "All right, buddy, I can use him whenever I want, and I'll give you a way to power him on. Deal?" Deal. And so, huzzah, he's on. and he has to refill using very controversial methods, like using monster blood, and that slowly corrupts him. And so this is kind of what he looks like when he's corrupted. I like him a lot. He just wants to know a lot of things. I should probably find something else to yap about. How are you guys? That's good. I cannot hear you because this is a video. We are not on a call. I should probably talk about the person trying to punch this fucker's shield. I should mention that this drawing was done last year in the summer, so it's not accurate to his design anymore. Because his design has gone through a lot of changes, obviously. So I should probably mention that before I continue on with my past conversation. Where was I? Yes. I cannot hear you guys because this is a video, not a call. Circling back to one of the previous topics about the comic. My girl Willow and my friend Persif, we're gonna call him. Persif doesn't have any socials, but he does have a Roblox account. So when it comes out, go follow him. Same thing with Willow. Go follow her, and then come back to this video and be like, bro, that was not you. That was an actual dog. I don't have a recording of myself doing the recording, but I can assure you it was my dog. I will bark in a different video if, I don't know, we reach 10 likes, I guess. Huzzah. You may notice that this video is 15 minutes long, and that's because we have another drawing of Alistair. This one is more recent, and I struggled with this one. I legit didn't know what to do with this Alistair drawing. I've tried to do like a Columbina thing. All I know is that I also wanted him to be a little corrupted. I did take a little bit of notes. That's why you saw Thursday, whatever the fuck. I did want him to kind of be a bit corrupted in here. Oopsies. But I decided not to do this later down the line because I was like, how do I do this? How? I can't figure out proportions. It's because I immediately dove into the sketch without doing proportions, but I digress. I might redo it. I ended up not doing that though. Also, don't ask why he has moobs. Please don't. I don't know what I was thinking. I think that was just from the chest. But I decided not to do that, and I just decided to go with something else. I will say he does look feminine. That's the point. He's not a girl. He is a man, I can assure you. He got that dainty little bow, sure, but he's a man. Don't worry. He is a man. Probably a femboy. Actually, no, he is a femboy. I can hear my friend singing, "My little femboy," in my ear right now. Off topic, my bad. She needs to get out of my head, bro. She says the most random things about my characters sometimes. I'm not doxing who it is, but holy moly, she says the most random things about my characters sometimes, and I find it funny. Huzzah. I did realize that his core looked a bit familiar, and that's because I think I realized, wait a goddamn second, I accidentally copied Magearna's from Pokemon. So, oopsies. I did ended up not doing this sketch. There's a lot of characters that are in the campaign that's referenced. We're gonna ignore the Moon Man, who looks like Roger and Astro if they had a love child. We're also gonna ignore the portraits in the back because they are of important people within the campaign, but we haven't campaigned in a while, but that's because everyone was busy and I just didn't want to interfere with anyone's schedules, so I was struggling on the hand. I was worried that it would look like AI, and so I had to do what any sensible artist would do, and I had to bring in the big guns, the head honcho himself. Do the thing, me. Do the thing. There we go. There's the head honchos. But I realized it didn't quite fit, so I was like, okay, how do I fix this? I want him to do something because I couldn't get the mouth right for the life of me. This is when I started doing line art, but I failed miserably. I just didn't know what to do. I did struggle a lot for this drawing, I'm going to say that. He's just sitting there looking like a cutie patootie. Huzzah. Oogity boogity. If you have any questions about my characters, feel free to ask. Huzzah. I'm back. I'm well rested. Huzzah. I have to finish this video. I am sorry for all of the going off in the background because we are campaigning. Huzzah. But I'm doing this while we're campaigning, so I might get a little sidetracked from time to time. Huzzah. It's been over a month or two since we last campaigned, so I'm actually really happy that we are campaigning, and I am actually grateful. I'm gonna briefly explain how the vote goes for people who are unfamiliar. Basically, we put on a vote, we put on a few options: yes, no, I don't care, maybe later, or I'm busy. And then we wait a little bit for the votes to kind of coalesce. And then depending on if yes or no wins, then we will campaign with the people who voted yes. There has to be at least 3 people who voted yes, by the way. 3 people. Not that hard. Most of the campaign group chat doesn't vote, either because they don't have the ability to because their device isn't updated to a certain update where the polls are allowed, or they're too busy watching. And I get it, you guys are busy. But sometimes it kind of just comes out of the blue when I'm like, you guys are busy hanging out with each other, I don't want to ruin that. And then all of a sudden I'm working on my own stuff and it's like, oh, we want to campaign. I get that. I just don't know if everyone's available, so that's why I usually postpone the votes until like we get a few, because we don't get the votes, number 1, and number 2, I'm like, okay, everyone's busy, all right, we're not gonna campaign. And then I try again and again and it never works, so yeah, pooey. Huzzah. Anyway, here I did end up doing a bit of reworking. Not reworking, but I did color in the hair. Thank goodness, because I wouldn't have liked it if he was bald. I do remember I kind of struggled with this drawing. I don't know what the flower is, by the way. All I know is that I changed the position that he was in from the one you saw before. I'm going to say that I kind of feel like this drawing was a bit rushed, but it's a-okay. It turned out amazing, and so I'm grateful that it turned out amazing. Huzzah. I don't really know what I was doing with the lighting. I guess I do know that the lighting was something I was struggling with for a while. So Yeah, sorry if you heard that. Da 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 da. I was responding to something on my tablet. I don't know what I was doing here. I think I was just messing around, seeing if there was anything I could have done to make it look good. I think I was trying to do like negative or something. I don't actually know what I was trying to do here. Huzzah. All I know is that I wanted it to resemble him dying, because that's something that's going to happen in the future to Campaign Alistair. Campaign Alistair eventually gets corrupted by the researcher of vision and propaganda. Their name is Phalix. Phalix aspectus, which is Latin for deceitful vision. No, not like shadow milk cookie. No, stop it. Stop it. I can hear you making the comment, not the comments, but the whatever. The comparisons. I did want it to be a little emotional, so I did put in a picture of everyone, like every single one of his friends from the campaign. I did also want to work on the background and make it kind of look corrupted. I also did put in a little thank you, and then an error window. So yeah, and then Phalix. Huzzah! I do know that I put Phalix in here vandalizing a lot of things, and so like it's part of his character to do that, because he has problems. He can be silly, he can be serious. But as I am saying this, I am realizing I only have a few seconds left. So thank you for listening to me yap for 17 minutes and 2 seconds, and bye-bye. Till next time.